Hello everyone! So for this week's video, I wanted to do some traditional work. I've been working a lot digitally and thought it would be a nice change of pace to pull out my watercolors. I found this reference image using an app called Sktchy. It's a pretty cool app. If you have a lot of photos and don't know what to do with them, you can upload them and artists can use them to inspire their own pieces. I really like to use it for finding reference images for portraits. I'm not sponsored or anything, it's just a resource that I really like. When I saw this reference image, I knew I had to paint it because she was an elf and I am a sucker for elves. So I'm just using a pink colored pencil and lightly sketching in the shapes of the figure. And once that's all sketched in, I use the same pencil and go over the sketch but darker, adding the details to it. So I'm finally adding just the last bit of details to her features, and then this is what it looked like when I stopped sketching and I was ready to start painting on top of it. This watercolor palette, I've had it for almost 10 years, I believe. It was a gift from my grandmother and I've used it so much, so it's super messy, but I love the colors in this palette and it's my go-to set. So I'm adding a light base layer of the color and then going on top of that color and then gradually getting darker. Because watercolor is so translucent, you can't start dark and then try to go lighter from there. It doesn't work. And so that's what I'm doing here with the hair, is adding the dark tones on top of the light tones, and specifically leaving out areas where I want to keep them light because it's harder to go back and make things lighter. So I made the mistake of filming later in the day, and so by the time I was at this point, the sun was starting to set, and so the video quality is starting to get all crusty looking. I apologize for that. Here I am just adding the last few bit of details with the watercolor. I was struggling the whole time thinking of what I should do for the background, and when I painted the leaves I figured, oh, I can make the background green too to tie in the leaves. I'm iffy on if I like it or not with how it turned out. I like the texture that the paint had in the background. I don't know if I'm too crazy about the color. I think it might take away from the contrast with her as well. But yeah, it is what it is. Next, I went back in with some color pencils just to add some shadow into her hair. I also went in to just sharpen up some of the areas as well as add some color to her face. Finally, I went in with a white gel pen to add some highlights. And here's the finished piece. It was really fun and relaxing to paint, and I liked doing this portrait study. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!